What you doing, other nerds? I'm the AC, and I've been wondering what I was going to do this video on, because I've mainly just been rewatching Magicians because the new season's coming, and I haven't really been watching anything else. Then a couple things popped up. First, while I have some people over in my house, we just decided to sit down and watch something together, and that something happened to be Witcher. Now, I never played the games, I never read the books, so I wasn't really that interested in watching it. Like, I thought about it, I heard good things about it, but nothing drew me to it really. But as I watched it, it started getting better. I wasn't that interested in the first episode, but with each episode I got more and more into it, so I actually was looking forward to each next episode. But then I was like, oh yeah, now I have a completely separate perspective from the books or games because I've never dealt with those two. And I was like, I can make a video completely just about the show with no biases towards anything. So, first, good on them for naming these characters so similar to other names that I keep getting them mixed up and I'll keep mispronouncing stuff. And I never know exactly if I'm saying names right. So we have Geralt, which I keep wanting to say Geralt or Gerald. Then Yennefer, just like Jennifer, and then Siri, which, you know, super iPhone Siri. And then Jaskier. I watched the show once, or the entire series once. Somehow completely forgot how to pronounce these names. But by far, my favorite character is Jaskier. Maybe a little biased because he's a bard and I like music. But, I mean, he is just a funny and, like, just a good character. I mean, he's not around a whole lot, but he pops up enough so you can, you know, really start to like him. But, over that, the other main three characters of the show, Siri, just a little girl, doesn't really know what she's doing. To me, she was kind of the most boring. Like, she didn't really do much. She seems like she could be cool later, though. So, just holding off on any development with her for now. Yennefer is cool because they pretty much show her complete origin. And then after she becomes like this big powerful witch and hot and whatever, then I don't know, I kind of lost interest in that. I guess the origin part of coming from literally being treated worse than livestock into becoming still seemingly treated awful while she was training to be a witch, and then she actually does become powerful and all this stuff. I don't know. Then after that, kind of just, And then Geralt, I was least interested in at first, but then as he came, I started really liking his character. But so the fighting in this show isn't spectacular. Like, he's supposed to fight these monsters, but you don't really ever see him fight monsters. You see him fight the Curse Girl. That was the coolest part of the show, I think. But most of the time we see him, it's right after he beat a monster, and he's like, I don't know, covered in gore, or he has a head, and it's like, that seemed like that would have been one of the really cool parts. And you just see what happened afterwards. Maybe it's budget, they just didn't want to spend money on that kind of stuff. I don't know. It seemed like a missed cool moment. But the thing I like about Geralt the most is just his interactions with people, and more of how people interact with him. And my favorite part is his little grunt he does as a response. It's just, somebody says something, he's just like, And they're like, yeah, I like that. That grunt says a whole lot with just one sound. It kind of sounds like, you're an idiot, and fuck off. I don't know. The grunt, by far my favorite part of the show. It's the noise, the sarcasm it portrays, the just giving zero fucks, but also acknowledging that maybe there's something there. I don't know. A grunt can do a whole lot, apparently. Now, the most interesting thing about this show, and it took me probably halfway through this season to actually realize what it was happening, is the time kept jumping back and forth. I never realized until halfway through that all three of their times were happening at the different spot, and it leads up to the beginning, the first episode, and I thought that was really cool. And it's something that I've seen other things try to do before. I mean, it's kind of like Fear the Walking Dead in their first half of the fourth season tried to do these like flashbacks to show what happened and bring it back to what was happening now. And then, you know, the anime's King's Game was just garbage, but it tried to do the whole flashback. I felt like this one did it in a great way, so you didn't even realize it was jumping back and forth, and that's why it worked. Because once you do realize it, everything's already kind of set in stone. You're already focused and you're following what's happening, and then it comes back around to where it's supposed to be. And finally, Geralt and Ciri meet up. And then another favorite moment of mine is the very end when Ciri's like, "Who's Yennefer?" And my first impression of Geralt's face is like, "That bitch." But, you know, I guess there's more that's going to happen. Like I said, I don't know anything based on the books or games. I didn't want to look them up because I wanted this to be purely based on the show. But I am looking forward to the second season. Overall, this season seemed like it was definitely just an origin season, mainly for Ciri and Yennefer. And then the next season can dive more into Geralt's past without actually having to like go all the way back to the beginning. So it was a really good formula and a way to put these stories together. And I went from uninterested to really liking it. Now, I mean, overall, it's not like an amazing show. I think it's just a pretty good show. But that wasn't the only thing I watched this past week. While I was browsing, trying to contemplate whether to finish The Witcher, because I had 3 episodes left, while I was scrolling down to it, in the newly added, I saw a little show called Sex Explained. It's apparently with Vox. They did like a little 5-episode series, kind of educational, about sex-related topics. Each episode was one different topic. It was really interesting. It was really short, so I just went ahead and watched it. But yeah, if you're interested in sex stuff, and you're an adult who can appreciate and not be a kid about it, I felt kind of grown up. I was like, oh, I mean, I guess I should have already known this stuff. But it was interesting nonetheless. But what do you think? Have you watched The Witcher? Do you enjoy it? Would you recommend me playing the games and reading the books? I know one of the games is on the Switch, so I've been thinking about getting it anyways. But let me know what you think. Witcher, yeah or nay? I am the AC. Thanks for watching. Bye.